Hello everyone. In today's session of the Postman API testing series, we will discuss pre-request scripts and test scripts. What are pre-request scripts and test scripts in Postman? How can we write these scripts? We will discuss all in detail and implement them practically. If you haven't watched the previous videos in this playlist, I recommend doing so before continuing with session 7. Your support is crucial, so if you find the video helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to watch the video till the end for a comprehensive understanding. Let's kick off today's session. Firstly, I will open the Postman tool by double-clicking on the Postman tool icon. Now, my Postman tool is open. We will create a new collection for this session. What we see here is that we created collections for previous sessions. Click on the plus icon and give the name as Session 7. Now, we can see the new Session 7 collection created here. All the requests we create for this session will be inside this collection. How to create a workspace. How to create a collection. These things we have already discussed in previous sessions. Now, we will start with scripts. What are scripts in Postman? In Postman, a script is a type of code that allows you to automate an API. Postman offers two types of scripts. One is a pre-request script, and the second is a test script. The pre-request script will run before sending the request. In simple terms, it runs before clicking on the send button. The test script will run once after we get the response back. I will write the differences between both scripts in Notepad. Firstly, scripts are lines of code that allow you to automate API tests. Postman offers two types of scripts. The first one is a pre-request script, and the second one is a test script. The pre-request script will run before sending a request, and the test script will run after receiving the response. We have to remember these points. We will understand this with an example. For the demo, we will take a URL from this website, which we use for API learning purposes. Click on the Get Request for a single user. For this, we expect to get a response status code of 200. This is the endpoint for it. Combine both the URL and endpoint to create a request in Postman. Now, let's go to Postman. Click on Add a Request. Give the name as Get Request. Set the HTTP request type to GET. Provide the URL in the URL section, and I will copy the endpoint from the website and add it to the URL. Now, send a GET request for this. But before sending the request, let's debug it once using the console. Open the console using the console option here. We will send the request by clicking on the Send button. Before sending the request, the console was empty, but now after sending, we can see this new entry here in the console. What we send in the request is shown in the console. We can write a pre-request script by clicking on the pre-request option here. We have to write the statement like console.log. Here, in the log method, if we want to give any customized message, I can write this as a pre-request script, followed by a semicolon. What will happen now? Firstly, in the console, I will clear the previous request. Now, before sending the request, this pre-request script gets executed. Let's practically do and check. I will send the request by clicking on the Send button. Now, we can see here in the console, the log is executed first, and then the request is sent. Consider this as our request. Here is our pre-request script. The pre-request script executes first. Once done, the request will execute. After that, we will get a response from the server. Once the response is received, the test script will be executed. This is the sequence followed: 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here. Now, we will write the test script in Postman and check the response in the console. To write the test script, we have the Tests tab. Now, I will copy the same statement we wrote for the pre-request and paste it here in the tests. Instead of pre-request, I will write test script. Now our simple test script is ready. Now, all the scripts created are at the request level. We can write the same at the collection level as well. We can see later how to do that. Now, I will send the request, and in the console, we can see first the pre-request script gets executed, then the request part, and finally, our test script gets executed. Next, we will learn how to create a collection-level pre-request script and understand its order of execution. Let's create another request under Session 7. To do this, click on the plus icon and give the request a name. I will name it GetRequest1. Add the URL, and when you click the Save button, it will prompt you to choose where to save it. Select Session 7 and save. Now, let's go to the console and clear any existing requests. After that, we will send this new request. Currently, no pre-request script is executed because we haven't set one specifically for this request. We previously created pre-request and test scripts for the GetRequest, and those are only applicable to that request. If we want a script for GetRequest1, we need to write a separate script for it. Now, let's clear the console again. After that, click on GetRequest and check the console. In the console, we can see the pre-request and test scripts. However, it doesn't specify which request the pre-request script belongs to. To address this, we need to add a line to our pre-request script. Click on the pre-request script, and after the custom message, type pm.info.requestName. This line fetches the name of the request and displays it in the console. Now, copy this line from the pre-request script and paste it into the test script. Clear the console again and execute. In the console, you'll see the name of the GetRequest printed when the pre-request script is executed. Finally, in the test script, the request name will also be printed when it is executed. Now, let's write a pre-request script that applies to all requests under Collection 7. Click on the collection name, and you'll find pre-request and test script options. Click on the pre-request tab and write the statements I previously mentioned at the request level, with a modification. You can write, "This is a collection-level pre-request script." Similarly, in the test script, write, "This is a collection-level test script." Before executing, save the changes. Now, click on the three dots and choose the Run Collection option. You can manually select the requests you want to execute. In this case, I'm executing both requests. Click Run to send the requests. After execution, check the console. Upon clearing the console, run the collection again. In the console, you'll observe timestamps and messages. Firstly, the pre-request script of the collection level will be printed. After that, the pre-request script of the request level will be printed. Following this, we will receive the response for the request. After obtaining the response, the collection level test script will be printed, and finally, the request level test script will be printed. This sequence is easy to observe and analyze in the console. I hope this clarifies the execution order for you. In today's session, we covered pre-request scripts and test scripts. Now, it's time to wrap up. We'll meet again in the next session. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, share your opinions in the comments, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications. Thank you for your support. Goodbye.